So how was it watching folks come to the Alfalfa Club dinner?
Other than cold, it was pretty interesting because all the men pretty much looked the same. It was literally white men with white hair in penguin suits, and they were all about the same build. So you saw a lot of that going on. But when there were a few stars, we saw Andrea Mitchell there with Alan Green's band, so that was kind of interesting. And we saw a few people of color there too. And one thing I wondered was, what kind of people of color come to the Alfalfa Club dinner? Because if it's supposed to be a good old boys network, I wonder what they're doing to get a part of that network. I do wonder that.
Right, or maybe that the network's changed, right? I mean, there's that aspect too. So that's kind of interesting to see that.
It has changed, and I think with with Governor Steele or the Lieutenant Governor Steele, former Lieutenant Governor, becoming the RNC chair. I think it's great that we have people of color running the political gamut. I think that's ideal.
And you spotted Sarah Palin before anyone else did, though, too. What was that like?
It was a little surreal because I kept thinking, is that really her? But I could see those bangs from a mile away, so it had to be her. She had on a black strapless gown with a black three-quarter sleeve bolero, and I thought it was a very sharp look. Sharpest look I've seen all year. Or actually, well, not all year because Michelle Obama takes the cake, but definitely all night. The rest of it was just dreadful.
It was very Blanche. It was very Blanche from Golden Girls.
Very Blanche from Golden Girls. There was this one woman that had on this long white satin suit jacket. It was like down to her knees, and then on the sides, it was black lace. It was just a travesty. I said, girl, what let you go out the house like that?
Would you go to the Alfalfa Club if they invited you someday?
Damn, Nanette, why'd you say that? Why'd you have to ask me that? I think it depends on what I'm doing at the time.
Yeah.
Am I a seasoned journalist? Am I a seasoned blogger? Maybe I would go. Am I a politician? Nope, not so much.
Really? Why wouldn't you go if you're an elected official? If they invited you?
If they invited me? Because I would like to think of myself, if I were to run for senator, and let's say I was Senator Wilson, I would hope that I am a senator that, or who, stands for women, stands for choice, stands for, educational equality. And the Good Old Boy Network instills instills a lot of the things that I fight, that I fight against.
Yeah, but if that was in like 10 years, 15, 20 years, who's to say that you wouldn't be part of what was changing it, or that system hadn't changed, I mean, there is that possibility, right? And by going, you're being that, truly, you're being that change. But you still would turn it down?
I mean, that's a good point. I would have I definitely would have the position to be not only a woman, but a woman of color in that space. And just like Hillary was the first woman to be invited, or the first woman to attend, I think, I would have the space to become one of the few women of color who've ever been there. So I don't know, it's sort of a catch-22. It's like, if I don't go, then I'm not being able to occupy that space. If I go, I'm occupying that space. There's always going to be some snarky so-and-so who's going to say, how dare you go to the Alfalfa Club dinner? So it's, I think it's a catch-22. Right now, I'd like to say I wouldn't, but who's to say that 10, 15 years down the line as Senator Wilson, I would.
Right. Cool. Did you have fun?
It was fun. It was fun as hell.